Hi everyone, welcome back to another anime review. We are reviewing an anime called Spectre. Now this anime is kind of unique and to the point. There are three main protagonists. There's two main protagonists and one evil villain. On the guy that's in the anime, who's the main character, he eats two yokai, a mermaid flesh, and also something else. I forget what it was. So the yokai that he eats that I don't know how to pronounce, let's just say when he pronounces it, um, he can when he eats the flesh of that, he can see through the future. Problem is, he dies at the end. But since he ate mermaid flesh, he can regenerate, so he can die and predict the future. Now, even though he can see through the future, he can't. He can't. He doesn't know what path to choose. It's like guitar strings, so to speak. So he can pick a string of where is the best outcome, but he needs to keep dying over and over again to make sure it happens. So that's the main gist of it. Now, as for his girlfriend, which is the other main character, she's short, but she also has a prosthetic leg, and she has a glass eye. She's just like Mushishi. If you must know, Mushishi is the main character, has a glass eye, so she has a glass eye. So she can see yokai pretty much, so to speak. Now, that's the main gist of it. Now, the main villain is the fucking boy's cousin, which she's also immortal and she can also predict the future. So she's evil, he's good. They're trying to make sure that everything's all simple and to the point. So that's pretty much about it. Now, when it comes to the anime as a whole, there's not a lot of characters. I mean, there's characters for every episode. But when it comes to its structure of both seasons, because there are two seasons of this anime, the first season I think is better structure wise than the second season. Why you may ask that? Well, here's the thing. The first season has a storyline that lasts pretty much, I think, between episode 4, 5, and 6, somewhere in that range, up until episode 12. And that's pretty much Steel Lady Nase. Steel Lady Nase is a pop out group that dies because steel beams from a construction site decide to kill her. So by accident, so to speak. And then her face gets smashed in. So that's the main gist of that. But the main reason why it's better structure wise because that's pretty much the whole plot of midway all the way up to the end because that's the main focal point of the whole entire anime is trying to figure out how to stop Steel Lady Nase. And they do it a little clever way because she was made from make believe stuff on the internet, pretty much. That's what happens in the internet map world. So I think that's the main reason why I like the first season because it's more structured because it's focusing on one yokai that's make believe because the internet made her up. Because the yokai that's throwing a steel beam kills one officer, but she also doesn't have a face. So that's the main reason why. Now, as for the second season, it's a little more less structure, and the main reason why is that they don't really have that much. They don't. They don't really stay on the same plot line as Steel Lady Nase. Steel Lady Nase is pretty much the main focal point of the first season. The second season, it's all over the place until the very end, where they focus on one freaking plot, which is only like 4 or 3 episodes, which is good. But the Steel Lady Nase was like 6 or 7 episodes in one, and I think I was more intrigued in that structure wise because of that reason. So I think the first season structure when it comes to storytelling of one story is really good, but I think that the second season is more funnier because it's more perverted. So yeah. As you must know, there is some perverted jokes. Like the main girl who has the prosthetic leg wants to sleep with her boyfriend, but the guy is so fucking tone deaf, he doesn't know what the fuck to do or say because he's a stupid idiot. And his cousin wants him to be with her because they had met for each other, which is bullshit. And he's just like, well, I'm not gonna go with you. You're a fucking crazy psycho bitch. So pretty much that's what happens. In the second season, though, she's not the main focal point of the second season because even though she appears every now and again, she's on the run with those two characters because they want to catch her and stop her, and she doesn't want to stop. So it's kind of like this. Although even though in the second season she doesn't really do that anything evil, unlike the first season where she makes fucking Steel Nase be a fucking killing machine, even though she only kills one person. So that baffles the fuck out of me, to be honest with you. So one of my thoughts on this anime, I'm probably gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. I think that the first season puts more weight on the thing, unlike the second season, because the second season is all over the place. Like the first two, like the first episode of the second season, they're trying to figure out what happened to a fucking doll or something like that. It's pretty fucked up. I don't understand why they're doing this for some stupid fucking reason. But I think this first season is more structure wise because they saw one major plot, unlike the second season where it's all over the place. And it's just like there's mini plots every now and again, except for until the very end of the anime, like the last 4 episodes of the second season. I hope that if they make a third season, they're gonna go back to the first season structure wise when it comes to having a great storytelling. That's what I like about it. But what are you guys' thoughts on this anime? Do you think it's gonna get a third season? I hope it does. I quite enjoy it, but the second season doesn't have the structure as the first season does. I just hope that it goes back to the first season structure when it comes to storytelling, unlike the second season where it's all over the place until the very end. But so that's the anime review. And what are you guys' thoughts on it? The next anime review we're gonna do is the Witch Academy anime, which I will explain that when we get there. So I hope you guys have a nice positive day and almost stay positive.